Well, let me take you around this marvellous exhibition here. It's going to be very hard to try and squeeze it up into a short introduction, but really it gives you such a marvellous, comprehensive history of the development of ocean liners, early ocean liners, which were basically all about the migration of immigrants from Europe to America, the development of the large Cunard lines like White Star, the large ocean-going liners like the Cunard ships and the White Star Line, and finally the building of the Titanic. What led up to the building of the Titanic, and it's incredibly, there's some marvellous historical information. The way that it takes you on a journey, like for instance, this is all about the launch of the Titanic, the building of the Titanic and the launch of it. Marvellous photographs talking about the fact that the ship was unsinkable, supposedly, had all these watertight doors. Marvellous video imagery to give you a feel of the time. And then we come into this wonderful model of the Titanic itself, which I didn't really have a good look at because I was scooting. Well, I wasn't scooting, I was reading so much about it. So much information. All about the launch, and then here's this fantastic model. Isn't that marvellous? You wait and see what I'm going to show you next. Isn't that fabulous? And now we go up the gangplank into a first-class corridor. So now we go to the first-class accommodation. Lots and lots of information. There's an audio tour. Areas are numbered and you've got an audio tour, which is really good, very helpful. Apparently this was Lord Astor's suite. was a typical cot. A lot of this was duplicated. The Titanic and the Olympic were both identical ships, both identically furbished. So a lot of the original pieces come from the Olympic, like these chairs, dining room chairs. Fabulous photos, almost feel life-size, gives you the feeling that you're on the ship. The second class dining room. There's such a lot of stories about the passengers. These are the second class passengers. Their stories, very, very sad stories. Marvellous depictions of photographs of the interior. Then we go into the third class dining room. Third class menu. There's a second class menu. You'd have to freeze that to read it properly. Here's a second class. This is second class corridor. Second class cabin. Devoted to the immigrants that were travelling, the Scandinavians, the Irish, the Turkish, the Syrians. And then we come to the crew. Fascinating, honestly. Kitchens, loading the mail bags. And then we've got this real block of ice. It is actually a real iceberg that you can feel what it would have been like, the temperature would have been like to actually fall into the water that night. There are movies. Really very interesting for kids as well. Information about the lifeboats and the ships that were nearby coming to the Carpathian, which came to eventually rescue some of the survivors. Here's the wireless room, obviously a very important place during the whole terrible tragedy. It's done beautifully, respectfully, this exhibition. It's wonderfully evocative and gives you a real sense of some of the survivors on the Carpathian. one of the bodies being embalmed on the ship before it reached Harwich in America. Was it Harwich? And then there's a homage to all the movies that were made regarding the tragedy over the years, over the decades. And then we come to the wreck itself and the discovery and this wonderful tragic sort of representation of the bow lying on the ocean floor and the stern and these somber videos taken from the submersibles of the wreck as it lay on the ocean floor. Yeah. So if you get a chance, definitely come and see this. It's absolutely marvellous. Well worth it. It's on Wharf 2 and 3 down at Walsh Bay, the end of Hixham Road. It's approachable. Look at all these names. The names above are the ones that survived. The names below are the ones that perished. Staggering. All those names. And here the crew. The ones below survived. The one above survived. The ones below perished. Very poignant.